Cheers, everyone. Uh, it is Monday, and it's already been a week. Um, so before we get started, I want to send a big thank you out to Rod from Just a Rican and his comics channel for giving my humble little channel a shout out on his shout out show. Rod does a great job of promoting the comic community and all aspects of the comic community here on YouTube. He has a weekly show on Sundays that's dedicated just to giving us smaller channels a little shout out to get us a little more involved in the community and let people know that we're actually out there. And Ron, I appreciate it. I really do, and everything that you do for the community. I know it's a lot of work to do what you do and have these sort of open sessions where people can drop in and stuff, and it's great. I hope that I know the last time we did that, I wasn't, or on Sunday's show I wasn't able to join because I had something else going on, but I hope that I can join up with you here sometime in the near future. So thanks again. If you don't know about Rod and his channel, check it out. I'll have a link down in the description. So today, this episode is a Willie Lumpkin Delivers, and Willie Lumpkin, again, he loves my place for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be you get a little bonus content here because there was actually a mini con that rolls through my town. My city quarterly, and I hit that up, and it did fairly well. The last time I went to it, it wasn't great, but this time around did pretty well. So I'm gonna go off that stuff first, and then we'll see what Lumpkin brought us, and man, Lumpkin did us good this time around. The con was good too, but Lumpkin, boy, just wait and see. Let's see, where are we going to start? I'll start with this big one. This is Marvel Treasury Edition number 28. I believe it's 28. Yeah, 28. Where it has it's a giant, treasury sized Superman and Spider-Man story. I thought it would be a lot of fun. This thing is in immaculate shape. So I thought it would be a good idea to pick that up. There are some random things. Some of the stuff I filed already, and I kind of forgot what they were. I know I had gotten this What If Volume 2 100 to put towards my What If collection. There was another issue of What If Volume 2 that I got for that run, but I couldn't remember what it was. I do remember the 100 was one of them, but there's another one. There's a random Spidey. Spider-Man, one of the newspaper inserts for AIM toothpaste I picked up. There was an issue of TMNT Volume 3 that I needed. Just some random stuff. That wasn't super interesting, just stuff that I just kind of needed to fill some runs. But there was some good stuff that I got. Picked up 2001 A Space Odyssey number 8. So this is the first appearance of Machine Man. And this is in pretty decent shape, so this was a good pickup. One that I've a book that I've needed, but waiting to get it at the right price and the right shape. Strange Tales number 123. This is the first appearance of the Beetle. There he is over there. The Beetle, man, that guy's a dummy. He really is a dummy. I mean, he's a genius. What is he? He was an airplane mechanic. That's I just built this armored suit that can fly and do all this crazy stuff. Cool. I'm gonna use it for crime. Not cool. How about you just sell that thing to the army, and then you're fine for life. But anyway, that wouldn't be a very good story. This Fantastic Four number 20. This is the first appearance of Molecule Man. Love Molecule Man. Has to be one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. And they recently, and I'm not sure where it stands right now, but he recently kind of lobotomized him, which they probably had to do because you can't have that guy running around. He is way too powerful, and I don't recall how powerful he was like originally. Usually like these Silver Age characters, the super powerful ones, they for whatever reason they never really realize how powerful what they can do is. We'll get to another one in a second here, a Silver Age villain that um, when he first came around, it was, it's just that guy, whatever. But like, no, it's terrifying. And in the more modern ages, I think writers have realized like, he molecule, he can completely manipulate down to the atoms, the molecules. He can just dissipate you. Like, you're gone. That's like Omega level. How do you deal with that? The next one, and not a key issue, but it is part of filling a run, an important one. So I picked up an issue of Amazing Spider-Man 109. So previously we were at, for our countdown to ASM 0, we were at 34. This puts us at 33. And not a huge issue, nothing major happens. Doctor Strange shows up, obviously. Just kind of one of those filler ones that I needed, but still wanted it in decent shape, or kind of shape that I want for that issue. So pick that up. So that's basically it. Again, aside from some random stuff, an issue of TMNT and a Spidey sort of one-shot sort of thing. Nothing major, but some good stuff. I'm really happy with that Fantastic 420 and the Strange Tales 123. It's those sort of things that, and even the 2001 Space Odyssey #8 is a good pickup. It's a good book to have. But both of those, I've mentioned it before, like those weren't even on my list. It's like there's so many things that are out there that I just forget to, like, oh yeah, Molecule Man is a thing. I forget to put his first appearance on my list. Beetle is a thing. I forget to put that first. So it's nice when I see it, like, oh, I want that, and they happen to have it. So someone at that con happened to have it. All right. So next, Willie Lumpkin has made a few deliveries. Here, some bigger than others. Some were just a single thing. A number of them were just a single thing, but we'll start with some groups of things. This seller had 5 things that I needed, and they were all on auction. They weren't buy it nows or making offers. They were on auction. They just happened to have them all up. And I won the. I don't think there's anything else out there that. You might have some other stuff that I didn't win, but I kind of won the most important things. So a giant size Spider-Man #3. Again, it's not a big deal. It's just for my full run of Spider-Man, I needed it. The other 4 though, and I mentioned this before that these were coming. Got 4 issues here of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Issues 2, 18, 28, and 42. He had a number of Spectacular up on auction, but these were 4 that I needed. Let's see, and I think since then, I mentioned that I picked up the other 1 or 2 that I needed. So this run with these in hand is now officially done. I have all of Peter Parker, or all of Spectacular Spider-Man. It's just a nice feeling. Don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, where to go from here? Let's break it up a little bit. Let's break it up. Let's see. This is good. This was this one seller. Had Submariner #1. Just again, it's not a super key issue. It's the first Silver Age Submariner solo book. He showed up in Fantastic Four He was in the Iron Man and Submariner #1, where both Submariner #1 and Iron Man #1 continues that story. But this, I kind of have a place in my heart for Submariner. And it's such a great cover. It's such a great cover. So it's a 6. It's a very nice looking 6. And I made an offer on it, and they came back with another one, and I came back with another one, and we found that sweet spot. So pretty happy about that. But that was sort of as on its own thing. There wasn't anything else in there in that buy. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the 3 more solo things. Well, let's do this one. So this is speaking of Silver Age characters that at first were like, oh, that guy, whatever. And it was later realized that, oh no, the Purple Man is awful. Just the ability to control it's mind control. Like, mind control is super powerful. Like what an awful evil. It's just an inherently evil ability. There are these ideas that you have super powered people, and you can use your ability for good or for evil. I think mind control is inherently evil no matter what you use it for. Now, I understand you can use it for good if there is a terrorist or someone that is about to murder someone. The lesser of evils prevails, right? Mind control them to make them not do that. But still, taking away the person's ability to make their own actions, and never mind. I have a whole thing on does free will exist? Does choice exist? But that is way beyond the scope of let's have fun with comic books sort of channel. So I'll leave it at that. But Daredevil #4, first appearance of the Purple Man, graded a 7. It's been on my want list for a while now. The only Daredevil I need now is #1. Then I'll have not for a full run, but just of the Daredevil issues that I want. That'll be done. Let's jump into. So this was a pretty big buy from a single seller that I had. They had a bunch of listings up that I was interested in, so I sent some offers, and it came back, and ended up on some things had to let go. They weren't willing to go low enough for what I thought was what I was comfortable with, so I let it go. That's fine, happens. But some of them still ended up being able to pick up some, which is great. So Giant Size Spider-Man #1, again filling in the Giant Size run. What If Volume 2 #108. This is a sort of a What If Cosmic Carnage, which ended up being an actual thing. But this is, when getting a run of What If, there are a handful of issues that are kind of, for the most part, they're cheap. But there are a handful of them that are kind of like, obviously in Volume 1, the Jane Foster as Thor. In Volume 2, was it 115, which is the first Spider Girl. Those cost a little bit. And some things like this, for whatever reason. Usually anything with a symbiote, and then especially in the 90s, is going to cost a little bit. So that unfortunately costs a little bit more than I'd like to spend on just trying to fill in a run. But the value of it is what the value of it is. So Doctor Strange #44. This is the first appearance of Sidorak. Sidorak, obviously important to the Juggernaut, and shows up, Doctor Strange, like the Crimson Bands of Sidorak and all of that. But the gem that gives Juggernaut's powers is named after Sidorak. So this was a book that, when I was looking through stuff that they had, like, oh yeah, that'd be nice to have, so I picked it up. Marvel Tales #1, the first appearance of Spider-Ham, Peter Porker to Spider-Ham. Obviously, kind of grew with the Enter the Spider-Verse movie, but this is just immaculate condition. It's really, really good. I don't know if I'm gonna get it graded. I don't think this gets too much of a boost when graded. It might come back like maybe after being pressed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it's in a really, really sharp shape. And he accepted what I thought was a reasonable offer. All right. Still from this seller. How do I do these? It's more exciting. We'll do them in reverse order. Reverse order. Got some more Spider-Mans. They had some Spider-Mans. Amazing Spider-Man number 120. This is the second issue and the arc with the Hulk. 119 and 120 is Hulk appearances. This is 120. Still need 119, but one at a time. Or maybe more at a time. But so this brings us to countdown to Amazing Spider-Man 0 to 32. Amazing Spider-Man number 80. Again, no big deal here. Just kind of sort of a filler issue, chameleon appearance. But I mean, this day, like for whatever reason, when I was looking at the auction and looking at the guy's stuff, I didn't notice that date. Like everything looks really good. There's this date written there, and I didn't even realize it until after I got it in hand, and I went back to the auction. Like, yep, there it is. How did I miss it? I don't know. But countdown to ASM 31. Amazing Spider-Man number 61. This book it's dumb. It's not really a key issue. It really, really isn't. But it goes for a bunch because it's not a bunch, but more than what I think it should, because it's the first cover appearance of Gwen Stacy. Did you know? Like first cover appearance of Gwen Stacy. Like, come on, who cares? Like, maybe if she was more prominent on it. Like, what's the first cover appearance of Mary Jane? Like 59 or something like that, where she's dancing. Like, even that doesn't seem like to be as big of a deal, and she's right up there. I don't know. So, countdown to ASM 0, 30. 30, yeah. But, really good shape. That's in really good shape. Amazing Spider-Man number 49. Again, just filler. Vulture, Blackie Drago, Vulture, and Kraven appearances team up. So countdown to, and just nothing major, but filler. Countdown to ASM 0 is now at 28. 29. 29. Amazing Spider-Man number 27, the third appearance of the Green Goblin, brings us to ASM 0, 28. Getting there. We're getting there. Amazing Spider-Man number 22. This is the first appearance of Princess Python. So countdown to ASM 0, 27. And Amazing Spider-Man number 17, the second appearance of the Green Goblin. That brings us to countdown to ASM 0, 26. 26 more issues to go until have a full run of Amazing Spider-Man. And these are the ones that I got. I mean, they were mostly like between like 6 O's and 8s. 8 O's, somewhere around there. So they're in good shape. Maybe a little touch up, a little pressing, and a little more love, and we'll get there. So 2 more. I guess this was also in this last lot. This was a big lot that I had worked out with this seller. Strange Tales number 110 at a 6.0. First appearance of Doctor Strange. A book that had been missing from my collection that I needed, and was able to work out. I probably paid a little bit more for it than I wanted to, but I was kind of reading the writing on the wall, and I know when made a video on having a strategy and stuff like that. It's like stick to the strategy. Don't pay more. Set a price, set a limit, and stick to that. And as a general rule, I stand by it. But I was kind of reading the writing on the wall on this one, just by seeing what other auctions were going for. The ones that had ended recently, but mostly the ones that were kind of going on, and they were all kind of going on, like the buy it nows and whatnot were way higher than what this one was. So I think while I at the time that I bought this, I paid more than what I would want to pay for it. I ended up paying less than I would have to pay for this same book in the near future, because I have a feeling this might go up a little bit. It also kind of goes against things that I look for. It's hard to see. You're really not going to be maybe there. There is some sort of stamp there, like a red stamp. It looks like a U. I'm not sure what it is. I generally really don't like stamps and writing on my books. But this doesn't really bother me, because it's like, it's not a date. It's just a small stamp, and it's on top of it. Like, it's barely visible. The thing I don't like about dates and stamps is how it ruins the overall aesthetic and flow, the visual flow of the book. To have like, oh, there's a stamp just right there, right? This is a piece of art that someone, the artist designed to have certain visual appeal, and part of that is the lines and the flow and how it all fits together. And something like stamped or written across it, it ruins that. I think that's what my biggest problem with having stamps and writing and dates on it. This doesn't bother me because it doesn't really ruin the cover. It doesn't ruin the image. So I was kind of okay with it. And the last one, this was just a one-off thing that I picked up. So I'm bearing the lead here, I think. Whenever I talk to people about me having a comic collection and the sort of things that were in it, they would always be surprised to hear that I didn't have a Hulk 181. Just given the other stuff that I have in my collection, it's like, how do you not have a Hulk 181? Well, I'll tell you how I didn't have a Hulk 181. I don't really care about Wolverine. I think he's way overrated. I don't know. And the price of this book is obviously very high. So I just kind of put it off. Like, I don't really care. Just put it. I'll get it eventually. Well, get it eventually has the problem of, well, eventually it just gets more and more expensive. And I felt ultimately with the caliber of collection that I have, it's hard to not have. This is such an important book as far as comic key issues go. Despite my feelings or whatever my feelings may be on Wolverine, this is an important book to have. It's similar to X-Men 94. It's the return of the X-Men. I'm not doing the reprints anymore. It's the first Cockrum on X-Men. Like, as far as key issues go, it's important. It's not super near and dear to me, but it's important. And while I mostly focus on characters that I like for my collection, it's also about, I don't know, just the sport of collecting in general. And it sort of seems that there are these books that are just important to comicdom, just as a medium. X-Men 94 is what, like the return of X. That's important. Wolverine, no matter what your feelings are about him, he is a super important character in comics. Did I need to go for an 8.0? Probably not, but I was able to get a good price on it for what it was. And also, when it comes to Bronze Age stuff, I don't know, I'm pickier. Silver Age, 5.0s, even 4.0s in some case, I'm okay with. But Bronze Age, anything like 7.0 is about the lowest I like for a Bronze Age book. I don't know. But this, I was able to get a good price on this 8.0. Not to mention that even though it's already slabbed, if I were to crack it, I think I could get it maybe up to an 8.5. But whether or not I want to do that, I don't know. Is it really worth it? I don't know. So that's it. Isn't that enough? So yeah, between the mini-con and some deliveries with from Willie, I know there's maybe a couple more deliveries coming up within the next week or so. I'll try not to load it so much. It's just I had some big buys that I needed the time to actually sit down and record this, and there were other videos that I had just ready to go, and I wanted to get those out first. But yeah, that is it. Let me know what you think. There's any of those books that you're looking for, or that you have that you're proud of and that you love. Let me know in the comments. Again, I would shoot the shout out back to Rod for his shout out to my channel. And if you're here because of that, welcome. I'm glad you're along for the ride. I hope that you can get a little entertainment and knowledge out of this. I'm going to do it either way. It's mostly for me, but if someone else can enjoy it, that's great. So that's it. I will see you soon. Later. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.